In the late 1980s, at a time when India was still heavily dependent on imports for industrial inputs, one man spotted a gap and quietly set out to bridge it. That man was Rakesh Kumar Jain, a postgraduate in chemistry and the then head of quality control at a prominent synthetic yarn manufacturing unit in the Mumbai known as OK Polyester. It was during his years at OK that R.K. Jain identified a major inefficiency. A critical chemical, silicon-based aerosol spray, was being imported at high costs from Germany and the US. Despite being integral to the yarn production process, there was no local equivalent available. Rather than accept this as a norm, Jain began conducting R&D on the product. The early trials showed promise. That insight sparked the birth of a new journey.
I was working with the synthetic yarn producing industry, and there was one product which was used in the production as a very critical application. And in those days, that product used to be imported either from Germany or US. And I had the idea, why can't this product be produced locally and replace the imported brands as import substitute. So this is how I conceived this idea. And sometime in end of 1989, I conducted certain trials in the plant while working in the quality control department of that company, and the trial results were quite increasing. And this is how I decided that I should start manufacturing this product for this particular industry.
In 1989, he made the bold decision to quit his job and pursue his idea full-time. And thus, Sara Chem India Private Limited was born on the strength of one man's conviction to substitute an imported chemical with a homegrown solution. But the road wasn't easy. Imported brands were already established and a few Indian players were offering cheaper, albeit substandard alternatives. Jain's product, while superior in performance, came at a higher cost, and he was new to the market. Rather than retreat, he decided to let the product speak for itself. He distributed it without profit on a trial basis, simply asking clients to test it and evaluate its effectiveness. Slowly, the product began to win trust. One trial at a time, the doors opened.
To compete with the foreign brands, that was the biggest challenge. Plus, a couple of local manufacturers were selling the product, although that was not up to the mark, but they were selling very cheap. So it was very difficult to push our product in the industry against these odds, against these competitors. But somehow we tried to convince the clients that you please try, see the economy, whether it gives the better results, whether it gives the better economy while using. And this is how I tried to convince them. And initially we sold the product basically at a no profit basis on trial basis to assess the results in the industry. And soon we got the feedback that it is performing better and much more economical than the foreign brands and much more better performance wise than the local suppliers.
In those early days, India's polyester and nylon yarn industry was still emerging. But as the sector grew, Sara Chem grew alongside it. What differentiated them was not just the product. It was the unwavering focus on quality, performance, and service. R.K. Jain didn't believe in shortcuts. He believed in solving problems. The company's evolution over the next 3 decades was guided by that same mindset. As synthetic yarn technologies advanced, Jain kept upgrading the product to stay ahead. What worked 5 years ago wouldn't suffice today. He studied foreign brands, evolved formulations, and made sure that Sara Chem products remained at par, or better. And the market responded. Today, Sara Chem holds as much as 60% market share in select categories within the synthetic fiber segment, a feat built on persistence, trust, and results. The company operates out of a 20,000 plus square feet state-of-the-art facility in Pavne, TTC MIDC, Navi Mumbai. Designed with automated machinery, a modern lab, trained manpower, and full compliance to fire, safety, and environmental norms, the plant represents the quiet competence that defines the brand. In addition, Sara Chem has an office in Dubai and exports to multiple countries, replacing established brands in several markets. Over time, the product line expanded, starting with a single industrial silicone spray. Sara Chem's portfolio today includes Sarasil silicone spinneret sprays for fiber production, Sarafix heater cleaning sprays for critical equipment, rust preventive, anti-seize and maintenance aerosols. Retail products like room fresheners, fragrance sprays and pepper sprays. DIY and household aerosols for chain lubrication and surface cleaning. End-to-end consultation and turnkey setup for aerosol plants. Aerosol packaging materials like tin cans, valves and caps.
जैन साहब ने भी मुझे पूरा सिखाया, जबकि मुझे ज़्यादा इसके बारे में मालूम नहीं था। फिर भी हम लोग एक एक चीज़ डिस्कस करते थे और जैन साहब मुझे सिखाते थे। और उसके साथ फिर हमने फैक्ट्री शुरू की, तो फिर उसमें भी पूरा कंस्ट्रक्शन से लेके पूरा बिजनेस को आगे बढ़ाने में मैंने पूरी मदद की, क्योंकि जैन साहब बाहर का काम जितना भी था, क्लाइंट्स के पास जाना, वो सब ये देखते थे और मैं केवल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग देखना, स्टाफ से बात करना। मुझे नहीं आते हुए भी जैन साहब की ये ऐसा करना है, ये ऐसा करना है, हम लोग डिस्कस करते थे और बातचीत करके हम आगे बढ़े और धीरे धीरे स्टेप बाय स्टेप ये हमारी 35 साल की जर्नी चली।
The next leap began in 2009 when his younger son Akshay Jain joined the business. He brought a retail-focused lens to the company, diversifying into room fresheners, self-defense sprays, and DIY consumer aerosols. Recognizing an unmet need in the industry, he also helped launch plant setup services and packaging supply chains for fellow aerosol manufacturers across India.
So now, when I joined the business, I saw that our company has primarily been focusing only on the industrial domain aerosol sprays. So I decided to be in the aerosol domain, but delved into the different products of the retail end user interests, such as the aerosol sprays for the housekeeping industry, the fragrance sprays, the room freshener sprays, then later the self-defense pepper sprays, and then now presently focusing on the DIY products for the end users, such as the chain lube sprays, the rust preventive sprays, and other products of this category. Now, over a period of time, with our combined experience of more than 3 decades, we also felt that we should, even get into the end-to-end aerosol consultations. So I started focusing on that as well. And since then, I have been actively involved in the end-to-end aerosol consultations as well as the plant setups.
Recently, the elder son Shriyansh Jain, with over 2 decades of international corporate experience in the US and Europe, joined the business full-time. With his entry, Sara Chem has kicked off an ambitious expansion into backward integration and premium packaging manufacturing. A new manufacturing unit in Sanand GIDC, Gujarat, is now underway to produce tin plate aerosol cans, a product India currently imports in large volumes. This new plant will not only serve Sara Chem's internal needs, but also supply to other Indian aerosol producers, thereby reducing the country's import dependence in this space.
As you know, we have been in the aerosol domain. We focus always on manufacturing our own products as well as importing high quality raw material from various countries and selling it to our customers in India and many customers overseas. With that in mind and keeping in mind the plan to make in India, we're now looking at setting up an aerosol manufacturing facility for tin plate aerosol cans in Sanand GIDC, which is one of the premier industrial estates of India located in Gujarat. We've already acquired a piece of land. We've started our journey in terms of planning for the next phase of expansion, and you will hear more about this to come in the next coming months.
In addition, the company is gearing up to enter the pharmaceutical and cosmetic aerosol segment through licensed manufacturing and private label brands. And perhaps most significantly, Sara Chem is now preparing for listing, a move that signals its readiness to invite institutional growth capital, scale operations, and make its mark on the global stage. But beyond factories and formulations, what truly defines Sara Chem is the man who built it. RK Jain is meticulous, grounded, and quietly relentless. As someone who has met him would attest, he doesn't just ideate, he executes. He is known for his no-compromise approach to quality, his respect for science, and his ability to win client trust without frills. He has also served the larger business ecosystem with distinction. As chairman of the Navi Mumbai Committee of the Indian Merchants Chamber, where he mentored MSMEs, led international delegations, and championed entrepreneurship with sincerity. In a world chasing viral valuation stories, RK Jain built a business rooted in real value, brick by brick, spray by spray. His legacy is not just about 60% market share or foreign replacements, it's about a mindset, a quiet determination to solve, serve, and scale. With his two sons now driving the next phase, Sara Chem stands tall as a multi-generational enterprise, ready for the future. A true gem of Indian business, built not on noise but on intent, intellect, and unwavering integrity.